Hello, everybody. It's Nick here. Um, Happy New Year. Hope you guys enjoyed the Pool of Radiance prototype playthrough. As you can probably tell by my voice, I'm still recovering. Um, it's been almost 2 weeks now, man, and it's like I still not out of the woods. I still got like congestion in my throat. I can still feel it, and I'm not really nasally anymore, as you can tell. I'm pretty good with that, but anyways, I thought I'd show you guys some of the stuff I picked up while I was in Las Vegas and a couple Christmas gifts I got myself. I don't know if I showed people these games because I bought these shortly before I left for Vegas. I have a few videos that I taped down there. I'll tell you guys about my trip. I took it. I did a couple videos down there, and I'll be uploading those for my phone. But yeah, I bought these games, the Super Famicom games at the local game store. But Super Hanafuda, which is a game I'm still trying to learn how to play. I'm not very good at it. Nintendo, I think, still makes these though. They still make the actual cards. Then I got this one called Kindai Mahjong Special. I mean, I don't know what's up with that guy's lips. It's always like they always got like some kind of exaggerated features. And then we got Super Trump Collection 2. Should probably show it right side up though. So, um, haven't had a chance to pop these in yet. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I played my Super Famicom. It's been a long time. Um, so when I was down there, yeah, like I said, I started feeling sick probably a couple days before the end of my trip. Like again, the congestion in the throat, and so I was okay for those 2 days. It was just when I got back and I came back Thursday night, and the next day, Friday, I was just in a lot of pain. Uh, excuse me. I was like in aches and pains and stuff, and I was basically taking like shower rituals. I drove up the water bill. I was in the shower so much, and then I'd almost fall unconscious in there just because it's pretty bad. So when I'm sick, it's no joke. I don't know what it was. I'd like to think it was some kind of sinus infection or something, but whatever it is, it hasn't been good to my body. So hopefully it's going away. I remember a few years ago, I was once sick with something, and it was kind of like this. And as soon as the symptoms started to go away, then it would start getting worse again, and it continued for like what felt like maybe a month or two, and it was just really frustrating. So I'm just hoping that the sickness will start to dissipate and I'll be fine. Now, back to my trip in Vegas. One of the things I wanted to do down there. Now, you think 7 days is plenty of time to do all the stuff that you want, but it's really not. Like maybe 2 weeks. I could probably stay there 2 weeks. It still wouldn't be enough. I stayed at, I don't know if you pronounce it Harrah's or Harrah's, but I stayed there just because I like to stay in the center of the strip so I can walk to one end or the other. I usually go down there mainly for fine dining. I didn't know they had a Gordon Ramsay's restaurant in Harrah's, but I went there for New Year's. I got a special menu and everything. It was really great. Um, as usual, I never had a bad meal at Gordon Ramsay's, and his steak restaurant at the Paris. I always make it a rule to eat there whenever I go down to Vegas. So um, now, some of you guys probably know I meant to go to Japan last year, but because of the situation with my job, that wasn't possible. So I had to just kind of put those plans on ice. And I'm hoping later this year, I don't know when exactly, maybe around August or September, I'll actually get to go down to Japan and have a great time. Every time, man, like there's so many like people I know who are going to Japan, and knowing I can't go is just pisses me off. I get jelly. So yeah, I'm hoping this year is finally the year I get to go to Japan. Now there were a couple things though that I did finally get to do after so many years going down um, to Vegas, and stuff I always pass over. I mean to do it, and then I don't end up getting to it. So I got to go to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and I bought like all the fancy packages and all that. including the gondola ride, because that was something I wanted to do too. They have indoor and outdoor gondola rides at the Venetian where the Wax Museum is, so it was pretty cool. I got to do that, and I recorded that on video. And the lady who was rowing the boat, she sang a few songs, so that's pretty cool. You get to hear me and her exchange a pretty, casual conversation, which is funny because, I've always kind of considered myself an introvert. I don't really talk much, but um, yet here I am in this video doing that. I took a video of one of the a couple clowns performances at Circus Circus. It was actually pretty cool. I mean, the shows are free, so I thought it'd be cool to tape it. And one of the clowns actually high fived me, which is pretty cool. That Circus Circus also has a couple of the F-Zero AX arcade machines, which is awesome. Because apparently there's less than 50 of those in the U.S. I remember they used to have three of them, but now they have two, and one of them actually, even last year when I played it, it's defective. Like the gas pedal just doesn't work properly. I still need to get my GameCube controller replaced because I bought F-Zero GX for my Japanese GameCube, and I never got to play it because I broke the controller. So, yes, it was out of a fit of rage. I don't do that unless it's like in private. Like if it's just me, then yeah, I might I might go a little crazy sometimes, spinning out, frustrating at it. I didn't know Super Smash Brothers Melee could be that frustrating, but I hadn't played it in years. Um, so yeah, I got to go to the Venetian. I also got to go to the Pinball Hall of Fame, which I did back in 2012, and I went in there and it was like it's kind of weird because you have these fragments of memories of the place, and it looks different than you remembered it, but at the same time it looks exactly like you remembered it. It's really surreal. But I finally got to go there after so many years of passing by it. I did that video for you guys where I was like walking through the desert or whatever, and it's on the way. I could have stopped there, but I never did. And I went in there, and I was so glad I went in there. Now they do have it because they don't just have pinball; they actually have some old arcade games like Paperboy. They have the Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt arcades. I mean, they have some of the old school stuff because all the other arcades at those casinos, like Excalibur's got one, New York's got one. All those are really nice, except for the fact that they're all like these modern games and stuff. And some of them are okay, but like, come on, I want to play like the old stuff. And the Pinball Hall of Fame actually has those. The only problem is these are old arcade games, so a lot of them have problems with controls. Like I played Crazy Taxi, and that the brake didn't work, so I just had to like walk away from it. The arcades there actually do take quarters, so I put a 20 in. It got like crap ton of quarters, and I actually couldn't find time. I went back there the next day, last day before I left, or the day that I did leave actually, and I didn't have time to. I couldn't spend all the quarters I was trying to. I played a Star Wars Episode One Racer, which I don't think I ever played the arcade game before. I'd seen it years ago when I was very little, but I never actually played it before, and that was a really interesting one to play, especially after I've seen the movie, albeit the Japanese dub. So that was really cool. So it was a really great trip down there. I had a lot of fun, even if I didn't get to do all that I wanted. I got sick at the end of it. I still had great fun, and I'm probably gonna try to go back later this year with my father, but we're gonna see how that turns out. Um, Other than that, let me show you guys. So the game store I normally go down there, Retro City Games, they actually moved from that mall that I usually go to where the Guitar Center is, the town square is what they call it. And so I took a cab down there, down to the mall that was even further off the strip. I walked from there to the town square mall because it was still a bit of a walk, but I was able to make it without great difficulty. And then from there, I walked back to um, Mandalay Bay, got a cab or whatever. There's a tram for Mandalay Bay to go to Excalibur, and so I kind of use that as a life hack to go to Excalibur. Then I take a cab back to my hotel, so I don't have to pay as much for the trip. Little life hacks like that. And there's like a Bellagio to like the Aria or Cosmopolitan or something like that, but that tram was closed during my trip this year, so unfortunately I couldn't do it. Or this year, I mean last year, but you know what I mean, you know. Well, it was this year. I mean, I came back at February 2nd, or I mean January 2nd. That was the day I came back, and I filmed the fireworks show, but I don't know if I'm gonna upload it because I actually didn't capture any fireworks. I went up to the second floor balcony of um, the Venetian, thinking there was gonna be all these fireworks and stuff on the strip or whatever, and they were coming from behind the Venetian, and I was only able to capture the fireworks that were reflecting off the Lake Mirage Casino. So I don't know if that's really worth uploading. As if people really want to see it, I can upload it, but other than that, I don't know if I really want to upload it. So, but we'll see. I'll turn myself up here a little bit because it doesn't look like my volume levels are good enough. So anyways, let me show you. So this game store down there was a Round 1 arcade down there, and I've been to the one in Tukwila. It's about like an hour or two from my house. That one actually looks better than the one that's in Vegas because this one's just one floor in Vegas. I just didn't have time to go to actually check it out, and I figured, well, there's one in Tukwila, you know, I could check that one out sometime. So anyways, I'll show you guys what I picked up at the game store. Although it's nothing exciting, I'm going to warn you right now. But I bought a few games. I bought a couple Japanese PlayStation ones, like this is Pro Mahjong Kiwami Plus. That's one I've been looking for, actually. Not that it's rare or anything, it's pretty easy to find. I forgot that, it's funny, I forgot PlayStation 1 discs were black on the bottom side. I forgot all about that. And then here's one, very generic looking one, Taikyoku Igo. I actually can't read the first two kanji, like Shin something. I don't recognize this kanji here, though. I don't recognize that. And then Go Senyin, so Go Hermit. So there's going to be like some old guy in the game, I guess. A lot of these games are like that. I see J Wing made this. Excuse me. I might cough a bit during the video. I hope you forgive me on that. And then I got a Japanese Super Famicom game, which was Devil's Course, which I think was called Wicked 18 in North America. Jeez. See what I mean? So, T&E Soft, Technology and Entertainment Software. I like how they try to say that that's what it means. It actually stands for Toshiro and Eiji. Or is it Eijiro? I can't remember. I think it's Eiji. Those were the two brothers who started T&E Soft, Toshiro and Eiji Yokoyama. So, I guess you kind of consider them like a Japanese equivalent or to Titus Software, founded by Eric and Irving Kahn, or Kane, or I don't know how to pronounce French names, sorry. So, what else? Well, I did get myself a couple Christmas gifts, and I think I should show them to you guys. So the first one is actually right behind me here. I've always wanted to own a 12-string electric because, you know, I compose and write and play a lot of vintage rock, like from the 60s and 70s. So I've always wanted to have a 12-string. I did ask them, this is a Music Box, and I don't remember the exact model. I think it's the MI12 or something like that. And it's actually not as hard to play as I thought. These strings are pretty easy to press down on. You know, I actually kind of find it easier to play with my fingers. I gotta clip my nails though, because playing something like this especially is just really difficult to do when you have, you know, your fingernails growing out. So sounds great. I haven't really got a chance to play it though. I've been really busy. Like I say, since I got back to work, it's been nose to the grindstone. In fact, I worked a 12-hour shift last week, although that was voluntary, so it wasn't like a, you know, I was forced to stay for 10 hours at least, but I chose to stay an extra 2 hours. That's how much it didn't bother me. So, anyway, this is cool, and they gave me some strings with it, too, so DRs, I guess. I'm not. I use DRs on my Sting bass because I just looked up whatever string Sting used and I special ordered those. So yeah, it says Music Box 12 string set. So I don't know if this is like a special type of string made for this or guitar or whatever, but yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun and I'm gonna start recording with this thing. Okay, I'll stop bothering you guys with that. But there is one last thing I do want to show you guys. First, I actually forgot to show you guys this. I think this is very important. This is memories being made here. At the Venetian, when I was getting the boat ride, they actually took my photo a few times. It was $90 for all this stuff. Probably not worth it, but like I said, this was stuff that I wanted to do all the other times I came to Vegas. So, yeah, so here it is. Pretty interesting, right? There's nothing underneath those pages, I guess. Okay, so, yeah, it's pretty cool, though. I don't know what the difference is between that and this one, unless it's just a second copy of it. I guess this one's more like landscaped or whatever you call it. I don't know. But, yeah, they took my picture a few times. I don't know what's in here. I think they're just like picture frames or something. But let's check that out right now. Might as well, right? Oh my gosh. But yeah, hopefully you guys like the Pool of Radiance playthrough. I added all the text differences between the prototype and the final on TCRF, so if you want to check that out, feel free. Oh man, what is this? I haven't opened this, since I got home from vacation. Oh yeah, that was another thing too. Can't really show you right now, but at the Wax Museum, there was a process you could go through, and it was part of the package that I bought, where you get your hand immortalized in wax. So I thought that was pretty cool. The process though was very painful because you have to stick your hand in ice water. You could do any pose. I just put my hand in there straight, and you got to wait 30 seconds. And this, it's the most freezing cold water I've ever felt in my life. I thought I actually had to sign a waiver in order to do it. They make you sign a statement saying, you're not going to sue them for if anything goes wrong. So, anyways, damn. Okay, so that's kind of cool. It's like it's a Venetian themed picture frame, so that's kind of cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, that was another thing. I had so much. I almost had too much stuff to carry onto the plane, so I was lucky they let me on with what I had. But of course, I did buy myself one other thing, which I wasn't even expecting. But this is something that I've wanted for a very, very long time, and that I'm going to use a lot. So, say hello to base number 155,000, right? This is a Rickenbacker 4003S bass. Only thing bad about this thing, it's missing one of the knobs. But the good news is, Rickenbacker's website sells the knobs, and I bought some. I think it cost me like $50 with shipping, and you get 4 of them. So, what is that, like $12 per knob or something? Well, anyways, so David Payton, who's a musician that I really look up to, he was the lead singer and bassist for Pilot, and he was the bassist for the Alan Parsons Project. He actually just bought the same exact kind of bass. So I just happened to see one in Vegas, and I told myself, if I see one, I'm going to get it, because I like to say it's for my studio expenses. So it's got flat wound strings on it, which is exactly what I wanted on it. The only thing awkward about it is this little bridge here, so you can't really palm mute or anything. But Rickenbacker, these are basses used by like Chris Squire and stuff. So I've been playing it a lot. I brought it to rehearsal yesterday, and it did really well. So yeah. Otherwise, I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and this year I do want to try playing through Lands of Lore again. I want to try beating that game again because my last playthrough I couldn't finish the game. I got to an unpassable part because I didn't know I had to up my rogue level while I was playing through the game. Because I beat it once before, but that was several years prior. So I do want to play through that again. I still have it on GOG. I think I just have to load it up again and start the playthrough. But if that's what you guys want to see, let's check it out. Sorry the Elvira video didn't work out. I had such a bad time with that game. Like, I actually dread playing it again. That's how bad that combat system was in the game. It pissed me off so much, now I don't even want to play it. I do want to address one other thing, though. Someone, I think a fan of mine from Australia, which is awesome, asked if I would do a playthrough of a couple NES games that were only released in Australia. So one is called International Cricket, and the other one, I can only say it, I swear, I can't say it with my normal voice, I have to say it with an Australian accent. It's Aussie Rules Splitty. Even though I don't normally play sports games, those are two that I'd be more than willing to play. Although, I don't know about a playthrough because I'm awful at the games. But I actually do like them. I like those games, and they actually taught me how to play those types of games. Again, this is coming from a guy who normally hates sports, who won't even play Tech Mobile, like won't even play sports video games. Very few times have I been interested in sports games. Like, I like the Mega Drive version of Arch Rivals. Genesis version, but I own the Mega Drive version because the game was developed in England. I had to get the version that, where it was released in the country it came from. And yeah, Aussie Rules Footy and International Cricket, those are the few exceptions I have to sports games that I actually play. Usually I stay away from those, though. So yeah, you could expect those. I could do a couple videos on that. So thank you guys, though. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you guys' support over the years. I think next year it'll have been 20 years I've been on YouTube, and it's amazing that I've been on here that long. I came on this, should have worded that differently. I started on YouTube when I was like in 2006, I think, when I was like 12 years old or something. Yeah, 2006, I would have been 12. And now I'm 30. I'm going to be 31 this year, so it's hard to believe that it's been that long, but yet here we are. So thanks guys for watching. I keep saying that, but I'm going to go to bed soon because I actually have to get up for work in the morning. So I'll see you guys later. God bless. Peace out. And let's have a kick-ass 2025. My prayers are out to those who, the Pacific Palisades fire, without getting political about it. Prayers out to those people and their families. All right.